How effective is Facebook advertising? Have you ever wondered, do Facebook ads even work? How much do they cost? Will I get any leads from them? Will I even make money, or is this just a scam? Well, I have used Facebook ads before, and I can tell you so much about them. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. In this interview style episode, I'm gonna be talking with Nate Woodbury, and we're gonna be discussing all about Facebook advertising, how to make them work, and give you some suggestions on some things that work even better. All right, let's go.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, or you need to do it better, well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So let's talk about Facebook advertising. So before we even get into if this is effective or ineffective, let's first talk about Facebook advertising. I have some experience with it. You have some experience with it. Let's just talk a little bit about it so people understand. So my experience with Facebook ads and why I went to Facebook ads as an entrepreneur was because it was so easy. You know what I mean? I think a lot of entrepreneurs say, okay, I'm going to run some Facebook ads. I already have a Facebook account. They make it really easy to become an entrepreneur and then put some ads out and not spend much. You can put a $5 budget, a $10 budget. So you can kind of just give Facebook a few $100s without necessarily feeling like you're risking too much. So I think it's a really go-to thing for entrepreneurs because it's so easy. Now, the problem with it that I think we're going to get to in a second is this effective? So talk to me for a second. What are some of your experiences with Facebook advertising? What have you done with it, and why did you choose it?
Yeah, so I haven't done it as much as you. But the reason I did choose it is because it's kind of the go-to place for ads now. It kind of seemed to replace Google Ads, which, you know, I've used that in the past too. And in my first experimenting, I was successful. I put on an event, and I was able to fill an event with, you know, a small number. But then I put on another event in a different city. I invested double the money at least, and I didn't get any from it. And so it's that was a challenge for me. I know in your case, like as we met, that's where you were generating a lot of the leads for your business. And I was impressed because you had figured out, you know, all the funnels and the sales side of your business to make 7 figures through Facebook ads. But it's interesting to see that just within a few months of what we were doing on YouTube, you just turned off Facebook.
So that leads us to the real point of this. So obviously Facebook ads are not terrible. It worked for me in some sense. But again, it was just something that was really easy. You know what I mean? I didn't necessarily have to learn a lot, and it was something that was really easy. So fast forward to when you come along and you tell me, instead of running ads on Facebook, let's start a YouTube channel and you create content. And then at the end of this content, we're going to do some call to actions. And this is going to really replace your Facebook ads. Now, of course, I was a little bit skeptical because Facebook was really inexpensive. Like I said, I was able to get leads from it. It wasn't hard for me to get on or learn. But at the same time, it was always running ads. I did realize that there was never an end to it. You know what I mean? If you stop your ads, your leads stop. But what you talked to me about and what really convinced me that I'm going to try this strategy is that the YouTube videos are evergreen. They are always going 24/7. And because we create the videos in a way that you're saying, we'll get to in a second, they're going to always be searching for what you're having out here. They're going to be searching for this, not just today, not this week, next month, next year, years. They're going to be searching for these things, and your videos are still going to come up as the answer. I was immediately sold because, like I said, advertising, once you stop it, your leads stop. This one, it didn't. So let's get into that part.
Yeah, well, it just, you take the time and the effort to make this video, right? We follow a strategy to make the video, but then to think once you launch it on YouTube, it continues to work for you month after month, year after year after year. Those videos that we launched in that first month, 2.5 years ago now, they're still generating leads. And it's amazing.
It is amazing. And so each video, so the way that you're thinking about this, instead of doing Facebook advertising, so to answer the question, are they effective? Yeah, they can be. But one of the really big cons to a Facebook ad is that when you turn the ad off, the lead stops. That's one. Another con that you figured out was that maybe in one area, in one demographic, demographic it works, and then in another demographic it doesn't. So you're always testing and always trying. And of course, that means spending money. That's another thing. Every test on an ad is going to cost you money. You don't get to test anything, for free. But at the same time, if you make a video, even if it's a low performing video, you're still probably going to get some leads from it. So it's a much different situation.
The next thing I want to talk about is relationship. And you, like, I admire what you did, because you were saying that you got these leads from Facebook where there's no relationship,
Correct.
right? It's an ad, it's a promo video, but you didn't sell to them right off the bat. You didn't get them on the phone right off the bat. I know that you emailed them a few times, giving them value.
Yes.
And then invited them, would you like to have a strategy session?
Yes.
So you're warming them up a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you definitely have to. In order to get any sales, you have to warm them up, because like you said, they just saw an ad, their guards are up, they're very defensive. They know that you're going to try to sell me something. And so that's different.
So a totally different approach on YouTube, because YouTube, they don't have their guard up in the beginning.
Right.
Because they came to us asking us questions.
Correct.
They're like, hey, how do you invest in Airbnb real estate with this issue? And so we present that value to them. We start to build a relationship. They appreciate that value.
Yep.
At the end of the video, we have a call to action where we're giving them something else for free.
Yeah.
But now we've got their email address.
Yes.
And so then we continue to nurture them. And by the time that there's a phone call there, not only is their guard not up, but they've already gotten their wallet out, gotten their credit card. It's like, okay, how can I? What programs do you have? How can I work with you?
Yeah.
It changes the game. It's like it almost makes this different than marketing.
Correct.
Because we're not paying for the traffic, they're searching for. So it's kind of like push versus pull marketing. Maybe we call it that.
Exactly.
It's like we're putting out the content that's evergreen, it lasts for years and years. And they're just coming to us.
Yeah, yeah. And another great point to what you're saying about they're coming to you with credit card in hand. Like I said before, you've put all this great content. They feel like you've invested in them. So it is that law of reciprocity that you're almost triggering. This person is giving me all of this for free. Imagine if I paid them what they tell me.
And when you're having a sales call like this, it's more of a strategy session. That's the term that I know both you and I like to use. Because instead of trying to get their guard down, you're able to really have a conversation with them and find out what their needs are, what their goals are, and really talk a lot about their goals, and ultimately find a way to solve their problems and to help them achieve their goals.
Yes.
And when there's a match, it's a pretty easy conversation. We just say, hey, how committed are you to get these results? And they have their credit card out already. So.
They do, because they feel like they know you. Like you said, you've not only invested in telling them information, you've kind of told them who you were and your personality. Like you said, they've gotten to know your quirks, so they feel like they actually like you too.
Well, then the difference between Facebook ads. It's a one-time thing. You can do retargeting.
That's true.
But think about YouTube. YouTube, they watch an episode.
Yep.
They typically, before getting on the phone or entering that funnel, they watch another one another one. And oftentimes, they might have watched 30 or 50 of your episodes. Some people talk to me and say, yeah, Nate, I've spent weeks. I've been watching all of your content. And now we're having the conversation.
Yes.
It's like, that's a really good pre-frame.
Yeah.
That's just not possible with Facebook ads. So I guess the moral of the story is, do you recommend that people do advertising on Facebook?
So I wouldn't say that I don't recommend it, because obviously I did have some success, but would I recommend that over YouTube? Absolutely not. So now that I've had this success and I've been able to compare the two, I don't necessarily recommend Facebook advertising, but I couldn't say that it is a bad thing, because there obviously are some businesses that could, benefit from it. But if I have to give you my true recommendation, the YouTube strategy and making the investment to create a YouTube channel is going to be a far better results for an entrepreneur, I believe.
Yeah, I obviously I agree, but I look at, I'm so glad that when we met, you had that practice on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because it worked.
Yes.
You got to a 7-figure business, and you were really able to fine tune your funnels, your sales funnel, and your strategy session process. So by the time we got YouTube going.
Yeah, by the time you got me some leads.
Yeah, it only took a lead or two.
I knew what to do with them.
Yeah, it only took a couple of leads.
Yeah.
And just like you said, because you knew what to do with them, you saw the value of what we were doing, just like, this is night and day difference than what I've been doing on Facebook.
Night and day. Wow, I hope you really enjoyed that video. Nate and I have a special gift just for you. You can get my exact sales script. Have you ever wondered what I say on my strategy sessions? Well, I'm gonna give you the free template. Just go to noellsfreegift.com and download this absolutely free. Again, that's Noelle, Noelle with an S, noellsfreegift.com. I want you to have all of the words that you need to say to people when you finally get them on the phone. It's super easy, and everything that we taught you today will help you convert those leads into customers. Just go to noellsfreegift.com and get that strategy session form today. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.